Hey guys, welcome back to the studio. It's the 27th of November and it's 10 past 8, so it's quite cold up here. It took a good hour for this studio to heat up, um, which sucks a little bit really because you kind of don't want to start working until it's really warm in here. I've got this thing about being cold. I can't do anything when it's cold. So I'll keep you updated with what I've done over the weekend. I went to the Minories in Colchester where I'm having my solo exhibition. Um, if you don't know where it is, or if you haven't heard of it before, seriously check out the website. They're also on Facebook, Twitter, and everything else. But yeah, it's called the Minories in Colchester in Essex, and it's a really kind of quirky gallery, and it's been there for a long time, which is quite nice really. Um, and they're really friendly there as well. So I was really excited to do this exhibition in January. I went there to talk to the curator, Kavis. He's really awesome, which it does help because he talks about your work and kind of makes you question why you're doing things as well, which is really awesome. So yeah, if anyone's like, stay tuned. I know I've got a couple of subscribers, which is kind of cool. You know that I'm going to do floating absorbent materials, and basically I've been looking at different cords to hang them on. Now I've kind of got that okayed. I'm using this sort of cord. It's a next cord basically. It's really, this one's a little bit, it's got a bit of a reflex actually, but it's a pure white which will go well with the absorbent material. I think, yeah, so it's like a pure white. And then basically the substance will really dye it really vibrantly. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do. But I had to go to the Minories to kind of look at the space that I'm in, and also look at the fixtures, how I'm going to hang it, what I'm going to do with the floor. So it was kind of like just to clear my head really, because I have been really confused on the placement of things. And it will work really well in that room. It's perfect because it's like this little, it's called a garden room, and it's not too small. It's a comfortable size, but it's got a lovely fireplace, and you've got two gorgeous windows on the left hand side. So I kind of want to open one of them to kind of get a cold breeze coming through, because I think that will kind of like unsettle the work a little bit. So I'm really excited. It sounds ridiculous, I know. But yeah, basically my idea now is I've got another idea. God, I apologise for being so messy. And I kind of wanted to relate the floor, if you can remember, in the last episode of my YouTube page. But I kind of thought, well, maybe the wood will be too full on. So I thought, okay, maybe a fabric, because if you can see down below, I use fabric for a residue. There's like loads of different colours on that fabric down there, but the fabric is a dust sheet. And then basically I used a dust sheet for my end of year exhibition last year because I didn't want to stain the floor, and it was very industrial, so I thought it kind of give my artwork a bit of an edge. But I don't want to use a dust sheet this year. It's done, I've done it, end of kind of thing. So I thought, okay, what can I do then? Because I really like the residue on it, but it doesn't need to be as full on as it normally is. So I started looking at different like fibres, also looking at cotton, because this cord has, you can see the fibres in it, and I know some cottons you can get them really thin, and the fibres are really quite distinct, like you can really see them. Distinct is such the wrong word, but it's really detailed. So my lovely friend, she's next door in the next door studio to me. Well, there's two next door, Rebecca Harrington and Angie Bowes. And basically, Angie has given me some awesome, like white, pure white sheets, so you can kind of see there's not much difference. Now this is like a really thick cotton, which is really comforting, I think. I haven't opened this out yet, but it's massive, and that is really thick. You can kind of tell how thick it is if I go really close. But you can see the fibres in them, you see. And that's really important to see. But it's also really soft, which is absorbent materials. I want to relate the floor to the absorbent materials as much as possible, because I don't want it to kind of think, okay, she's put wood on the floor, she's put like this cloth on the floor. What's the point? So I wanted something really pure white. So then when the residue falls on it, it's going to have the same resemblance as the baby whites. So that's kind of like my idea that I've got in my head, that it's all going to form into one piece. And you know, like, people always say, oh, it's an installation, but I still see it as a form of painting. It's kind of thinking outside the box when it comes to painting, really. You know, I'm still using the same substances and the mediums. So this is another one, but this is like a lighter, that's a cream, really. But this is a lot more of a thin, this is a proper thin cotton, but it's really sturdy. If I get that up really, really close, you can't really see it on that, it's pretty poor. And then I come across this. I went into a resemblance shop the other day. I don't know what you call it, fabric shop. And I found this. And you can really see the fibres in that. They're just awesome. And you can't really, you can see them, but they're not as full on as some baby wipes. You can see all these fibres the way that it's all been joined together. So that's what I was after. But the best thing with this is it threads. I mean, I kind of wanted that. So when it's on the floor, it's all ruffled up, and it's just chucked. But it's kind of, I say chucked. Yeah, it's thrown onto the floor, but in order. So the way I'm going to have the absorbent materials is in a curve. So it's like a delicate movement, this kind of like elegant flow. And then basically underneath on the floor, I'm going to have the material, which is going to have the same kind of flow, because the absorbent material is a layer. And I've always got this thing about, well, if that's layering, then maybe I should keep like kind of repeating myself through the artwork, so it has this kind of system. And I do seem to be doing that quite recently, which is awesome, because I think that really means something to my work, because I've done that last year and the year before in my artwork. So it is really important to me to keep it all kind of relating. I did also ask for some samples in Franklin's in Colchester, which is awesome, because they were really kind to give me some. And I nipped to the range as well to get a few, but I don't know where I put them. But yeah, it should be really exciting, because I think that would be really awesome to kind of see how it forms now. So basically, I'm up to the stage where I'm starting to prep my absorbent materials, and then when that's done, I'm doing a lot of sketches, which I will show you, and I am just going to bash it out and see how it goes. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I kind of have this vision now that I'm like, right, okay, I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going, I've just got to get on with it and just show how exciting this can be. So really stay tuned now, because hopefully the next couple of weeks, well, the good month near December, it's going to be crazy. And I might even do some videoing at my craft fairs when I get there as well, because I'm making little Christmas decorations, and also little absorbent material pins, little brooches, which I thought was kind of cool. And my boxes, which I've sold one today to a lovely girl at my work. She's bought this one, so I've just got to pop my name on the back. So yeah, it's all going well. It's all really hectic, just what you need when you're kind of, well, trying to move out, and also Christmas, and it's just chaotic. So stay tuned.